The king of comfort food would have to be crumbles, and I'm going to make a cherry and apple crumble. So delicious. I'm going to keep it super simple with very classic flavours in this. Now, I don't have any fresh cherries, they're out of season, but I do have Morello cherries. These are a fantastic substitute and they come in a jar. So I've drained them from the liquid. There's a little bit of the liquid there. That's okay because we are going to thicken it up with some corn flour. I'll add that to my apples. They're just Granny Smith apples. I've got 3 Granny Smith apples that I've peeled and I've taken the core out of it. We're just going to mix that, and to ensure it doesn't bleed too much as it cooks, like I said, we'll add some flour. So a little corn flour to thicken it up. We'll mix that through. Some sweetness, caster sugar. Again, mixing that through and allowing all that fruit to macerate. Now for some flavours. Lemon zest. Just going to zest about half of this lemon. And I'll add the juice of half of this lemon too. Just cut that in half. And we'll squeeze that directly into the bowl. And some vanilla bean paste. So about a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. Okay. Another mix. Spreading that out. And then into our dish. Now I'm going to use a non-stick pan here, and we're just going to allow this to sit for about 10 minutes. I always like to do this when I'm making a fruit pie or a crumble like this because it just allows some of the juices to extract. And now for the crumble. In another bowl, I'll add some flour, use plain flour. This is a soft, low-protein flour. We're going to measure that out. We don't need to sift it at all. So straight into the bowl, along with some brown sugar. We'll just break that up. And some good old instant oats. A generous pinch of cinnamon. And to bring out all those flavours, we always add a pinch of salt. Okay, with our hands, we're just going to toss all those ingredients through our flour, and we can add our butter. So ensure your butter is cold when you're making a crumble. You don't want it to soften too much. Essentially, we're looking for clumps. So break the butter up in your fingers. And then to ensure it doesn't melt too fast, we are using the tips of our fingers because it's much cooler on the tips as opposed to using your whole hands. So the motion and technique for this is to just grab a piece of butter and press it through your fingertips and keep doing this until we have small little clumps. Now this crumble is done, so we can get this on top of the fruit. So sprinkle this over the top and spread it to the sides. And then again, making sure you use the right tin for this so it's not overflowing because the juices will definitely run. Okay, that looks good. Now this goes into the oven 180 degrees for 45 minutes or until it's golden on the top and all of that fruit is bubbly around the sides. Look how great this crumble looks. It's nicely toasted on the top. It smells fantastic. And because we added that small amount of corn flour, I can see that the fruit have become almost jammy because it sucked up all the juices. All right, let's serve this. Oh, that's a nice sound. A nice generous portion of this cherry crumble onto a plate. Oh, look at that. Look how glossy they are. So good. And you can't have a piping hot crumble like this without some cold vanilla bean ice cream. So we'll pop one of these perfect balls of ice cream on top and just allow that to melt over the top. It's so old school. And just because I can, some icing sugar over the top. The humble crumble. It is seriously loved by all of us in Australia. So easy to make. Change up the fruit if you like, but it's essential to serve it with ice cream.